All right, let's try this again. What's going on, everybody? I am Bredwin DeVille, a rapper and a videographer out of Central Florida. I'm sure most of you know who I am because you're most likely watching this on the Traylormade channel. But in case you are new to the channel and have no idea who I am, I've filmed for The Lax, Struggle Jennings,
Hard Target, Superman, Dirty, Moccasin Creek, Bottleneck.
You name it. If they're a country rapper and they're in that genre, I've most likely shot a video for them. That's not what we're here for. What we're here for is the first kind of behind the scenes of video breakdown. I don't know what you want to call it. It's definitely not fully behind the scenes because when we shot this video, I wasn't prepared to do it. So let me just rewind and explain what happened. Simple Man! What are you doing?
This is my wardrobe, and I'm making sure my chain don't get caught in my man pubes.
I don't want to use this for anything, bro.
On my chest. I know what you want to use it
I
for.
thought this would be some nice behind the scenes.
Look at that hairdo, boys and girls.
Yeah, it's just
receding hairline.
I mean, you have respectable shoulders.
Don't just say shoulders like that, Bredwin. Look at this shit, boy. Fire! This is Sparta!
Day one of the video shoot. Simple Man in the sticks. Yada I mean. A little bit of behind the scene footage. I don't know why I'm yelling. He got me amped up with the Sparta shit. What's the name of the song we're filming? Grinding? Grinding.
That's not even close to the grinding beat. I thought I had that, but I do not.
You were
have
so
that.
confident.
Right. I was like, wait a minute, you're white.
This was a couple weeks ago. I went to Baxley, Georgia to film 2 videos for Simple Man featuring the Sticks. And I knew I wanted to try to get some behind the scenes footage for those, so we did, and those should be coming soon. All off the phone, my phone, so it's not the greatest quality, no external microphones or anything, but if you guys like this stuff, I'll make sure to be more prepared in the future and make it look better for you guys. The first night I got there, me and Simple Man, we had a couple drinks, we were hanging out at his house, we didn't have to start shooting until the next day, so we actually shot a video for one of my songs. We didn't know we were gonna do it, so, you know, after the drinks were flowing, some ideas came up, and it was like, oh, this is perfect time, let's try it. So we shot a video for my song, White Boy.
Hey, white boy, you ain't never learned to shut your mouth.
White Boy, and we had no idea what we were gonna do. And what we ended up doing was shooting it in his garage. I had this idea of making it look like there was a spotlight on me and everything else was black. And I did not execute it perfectly. You can still see some of the stuff in his garage behind me. But for the equipment that I brought, it came out pretty damn good, I would say. I used one of my bigger lights. They're not that powerful, but for what I do, they're perfect. It's a 60 watt light, I believe. All I brought with me was a lantern softbox, which is great. I love them. I'm using it right now. Like I said, it doesn't give you that cinematic shadows or the Vim Brant, whatever it doesn't matter, whatever it's called. It just lights everything kind of perfect. And the issue with that was, you know, it's lighting up the whole room. So typically what you would want is a softbox with a grid on it that will direct the light. Put that right above you. Put the grid on it so that you don't get any spill. Now it's shining right down. And even on top of that, you might want to lay, I don't know what the professional word is for it, but I just call them curtains or whatever on top of that to make sure that it's even more direct. We didn't have that. Like I said, we had a lantern. So what we did was we hung it on the rafters and then we just wrapped blankets around it. That's all we had. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. And I was pleasantly surprised with how it came out. The only thing is that I wish we would have got some behind the scenes footage so this could play out a little smoother, but we didn't. The only footage I have is the next day where we were talking about the song.
Heading to Black Shear out of where I live now, Camden County, Georgia, Woodbine. Bredwin drives up about 4 hours, 3.5, but traffic sucks in Florida, so 4 hours, and anytime we try to do this weekend thing where we get together and knock out as much as we possibly can. We shot at my place last night. You calling it White Boy?
Yeah.
Gas white boy. Yeah, you do this for the white boys. In the tall T in 03. Now it's rebel flags and skinny jeans. Hey, white boy, you ain't never.
The White Boy video. It's probably gonna piss a couple people off, but that's okay. We don't give up. That track. I think that track is stuff that needs to be said. Yeah. And even some of it hits me in the feels.
And I'm really not going at anybody because I know that's the first thing everybody's gonna, who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? It's just in general. Like there's a bunch of country rappers out there that grew up country and they rap like you, that is not faking it. But there's a lot of people that are faking it. And I understand people change through time. I understand people evolve. That's okay. I'm not talking about those people. It's just the ones that you can tell were like, I have a failing career. These white rappers are killing it. Let me put on a cowboy hat and now I can make it.
Right.
Play out a little smoother, but we didn't. The only footage I have is the next day where we were talking about the song that I'll put in there. May have already put it, might be coming up. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to edit this together. Not even sure if it's going to look good and I'm going to put it out, but figure why not. I've been sick the past few days, as you can probably hear. Might as well do something. It was shot in 4K at 60 frames per second because I knew I was going to slow down a lot of it. And what you don't want to shoot all your performance shots in slow-mo. I know that's what I did for years. That's what a lot of people do. You figure, oh, well, I don't know when I'm going to slow down. Your best bet is to shoot it in 4K or whatever K, what a 1080 doesn't matter. Whatever you shoot it at 24 frames per second. And then go ahead and get an extra take that you know you're going to use slow-mo out of. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes it's run and gun. Sometimes you only got a few shots. If that's the case and you know you do need some slow motion, go ahead and shoot it in whatever frames you need, 60, 120, whatever. It's not the end of the world, but you just don't want to shoot all of them that way if you know. Especially if you know you're not going to slow anything down, shoot it in 24 frames. Don't try to convert it later. Enough of the geek talk. Unless you guys want to hear more of it, let me know, and then I'll make some videos on that. But, so yeah, we filmed this song. There's not much behind the scenes stuff to talk about. I don't want to really get into any potential controversy that the song might create, especially that I know a lot of people are going to think I'm talking about them. I'm not. I had seen country rappers at all that were putting on cowboy. It was easier to blow up. Nobody that's blown up already or that I know or that I don't know but that's big clearly is going to sound like I'm talking about just like he does all the time, and don't really know why I'm explaining it. If somebody has a problem with it, oh well, fuck it. It is what it is. So we don't have any behind the scenes footage, so I'm just going to sprinkle in some of that stuff.
Abort mission. We're country now. Dude, there was a thing for a little while. Let's just talk. Just keep this running for a minute. There was a thing for a little while. It was hilarious to me because when, and you know this too, when we first started rapping, where you weren't street, you weren't hood, you weren't this, you weren't that. And so everybody went around G-checking each other on this, like, you're not from here, you're not hood, right, you're not gangster. Then, fast forward like 15 years later, the white MC then becomes country, some of them are country rappers.
It's so country that,
and then now
you
ain't from the country,
you ain't country, boy. Do you know how to fucking slit the neck of a hog and let it drain out?
You ever sheared a sheep with your teeth in the winter, boy?
Do you know how to take a dull knife and sharpen it with another knife?
You ever ate pancakes with roaches in them?
Do you eat your grits with butter?
Right.
Or sugar?
This motherfucker put sugar in his grits.
And there's really nothing else to say. It was a pretty easy video, but what I will say is if you guys enjoy stuff like this and want a more detailed version of this where I actually show you behind the scenes what I'm doing, B-roll of the camera I'm using and microphones, lighting setups, blah blah blah, let me know. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll get more of those done to you way more professionally than this one. I'm sick and I'm bored, so this is what I'm doing. Thank you.
There you go. God's country, baby. Out here on the sticks, boy. get in that creek. I bet I got fucking bass right in his mouth out there right now, boy. I bet I could get in there and catch me a couple crappie. You ever caught you a crappie on a Sunday? Took him down to the family. Took him down there, skinned him up. Took a little dull butter knife and scraped his tail off, boy. He gotta go.
Hell to the nah, dog.